Hi, how you doing? It's Adrian here again from Elite Results in FMB Ireland. It's the second video in this short series on how to get more customers fast with your marketing. So if we go straight into it, getting found online. First thing you need is obviously a website. So a lot of small businesses think that because they have a Facebook page, that they don't necessarily need a website, and because so many people are on Facebook, that you can easily be found on Facebook instead. But the problem is that people go to your customers when they go to the web to look for something. So say they're looking for a new kitchen, or they're looking for a painter and decorator, or they're looking for an electrician or a plumber or whatever. They go to Google. So we automatically go to Google to find our service providers. So if you have a Facebook page and you're getting likes and shares and you're interacting with your customers, that's brilliant. But if you want to find business outside of the sphere of your existing customers, then you would be better served having a website. So and a website that can be found on Google. So the the next reason why you should have a website is, if you're relying solely on Facebook, that can be taken away from you. Very quickly. All it takes is for Facebook to change their algorithm or change their rules. And there are lots of businesses that have got banned from Facebook because of the way they were trying to promote themselves or what they were doing, interacting with their customers. If you get a few people flagging you as spam or flagging you as inappropriate, you can quickly find yourself being banned and basically bucked out in the cold off Facebook. So if you've built up a Facebook page and you've got, say for Toxic, you've got a couple of hundred Facebook friends or likes or shares on Facebook, that's brilliant because you're doing something right. But if you're only living on Facebook, if your business only exists on Facebook, that can be taken away very quickly. So you could get a few, a nasty competitor could flag you as inappropriate and get you banned very quickly. And what happens is Facebook don't come and ask you, what you're doing. You'll just wake up some morning and find out your account's been deleted. There's nothing you can do about it, and there's no going back to them and asking them to change their ideas. When you're banned, you're banned. That's it. You're starting again from scratch. So any goodwill and any relationships you formed on Facebook are gone with the wind. Simple as that. So if you have your own website, you have the opportunity for being found on Google if you're doing things right. But as well as that, you basically when you have a contact form or an opt-in form, you're collecting email addresses, names, and phone numbers. That's really what you're doing. So and it's better to create your own system for managing customers. So your own CRM system, your own email list, whatever you want to call it. It can be as basic as a Gmail account and having all your communication in there. Or you can go a little small step beyond that and set up like even a free MailChimp account would be a good starting point in terms of a customer relationship management, a CRM system that would manage your contacts and allow you to email them when you've got something to say. So be it making an offer to them or continuing an ongoing relationship. So if you have customers that you get repeat business from, or you want to get repeat business from, an email system allows you to basically create a relationship and build on that relationship and develop repeat business and referred business. So that's the reason why you should have your own website. Getting found on Google and Bing. Okay, Google is the main search engine. So when someone goes looking for a service provider, they'll go to Google. Some people, a small number of people, will go to Bing. Also YouTube. YouTube is actually the second biggest search engine. So there's different ways of being found there, but primarily Google should be your friend, and it's where your customers are. So it's where your potential customers are looking for your services, and it's also where your competitors are. So like it or lump it, you don't exist in isolation. Your business doesn't exist in isolation. You're competing with many other businesses in the same field, and your competitors are already there, so they could be sucking up the lion's share of business because you're not there. 7 points to consider for a website. So the number one being your website must be responsive. So if you have an existing website and it's quite old, chances are it is not mobile responsive, and that means is whenever your site might look well when someone searches it or looks it up on a desktop or a laptop, and maybe even on a large tablet. But when people search for what you do, or they go to your website on a mobile phone and everything's shrunk down, if you have to pinch the site and move it around to try and read the text or look at the images, then it's not responsive. A mobile responsive website adapts in size and shape whenever it's viewed on mobile. When you turn it sideways, it changes shape. If you turn your phone around, it's a mobile responsive website. And it's very important that that you do have a mobile responsive website, because over 70% of searches are done on mobile devices, so that be a phone or a tablet. The lion's share, the vast majority of web searches are being done on a mobile phone. Next point to think about for the website is to have a page for each of your main services or your products. So let's say you're a plumber, for talk's sake. You probably want to have a website for boiler maintenance or boiler installation, for leak detection and leak fixing, like emergency services. So if you think about the top 3, 4, 5 things, services that you provide at a high level. So it might be boiler repair and maintenance, plumbing a new house. It could be leak detection and leak fixing. It could be sink and toilet unblocking. It could be your 4 main titles. So you want to have a main page for each of those things, so that people can go, when they go to the website, they go to the menu and they can see A, B, C, D, the 3 or 4 things that you offer, so that they're not having to scroll through a whole website. It makes it easier to interact, and the easier it is to use your website, the more likely someone's going to contact you. You should be using quality images and possibly photos on your website. Quality images and photos and possibly video on your website. The reason being is, if you think about something that's being copied off the web, or low quality images maybe taken in a sort of dark, badly lit area, and just you're always competing against other people. So the better your site can look. It doesn't have to look very flashy, but the better your images look, if they show in detail, a good quality picture that shows what you do will get someone interested and want to interact with you and get in contact with you. The same goes with video. Video is very important for a couple of reasons. It's actually much easier to describe something in a video. So if you're a plumber, we use that, and you're working on a boiler, and you want to make a video to answer like 3 simple questions, that the things that the frequent problems that go wrong with boilers. So if you take, rather than having to answer phone calls to something like a boiler that's been switched off, if you made a quick video that said, if your boiler's not working, do you want to check that the time clock's working? Second thing might be that the main spur for the boiler is turned on, and the third thing is that your gas is connected, that you haven't been if you've moved into a new house, make sure there's a gas connection that's current. So those just the simple things, simple helpful tips on a video help to endear you, make you seen as an expert and authority on what it is you do. It also helps to improve the time on site. So the longer someone stays on your website and engages with your website, the better it is in Google's eyes. And that means that your site automatically will rank higher in Google than your competitors who don't do things like that. Number 4, quality content. So you should have a decent amount of text content on your website that explains clearly what it is that you do, the services you provide, the help that you can give, and the reasons why someone would want to get in contact with you. Number 5, you should have a contact form on your, on a contact page, and a form on that someone can fill out and hit click and send an email, send a message to you by email. You should ideally on your main service pages, you should have a contact form at the bottom of each page, just making life as easy and as pain-free as possible. Make it as easy as possible for someone to contact you. Number 6, click the call button. The reason for this is that on mobile, when someone looks at your site on a mobile, there is search intent. So if they're looking for a plumber, if we use the plumber example again, if they're searching for a plumber in Castleknock, it means they probably need one in a hurry. So if you have a click to call button, it'll appear automatically on the mobile version of your website. It means all you have to do is tap that button and the call will go straight through to you. Just again, it makes life easy and pain-free. So it's all about making life as easy as possible for the user, for the visitor. Number 7, if you're doing any sort of AdWords or advertising, and even for search, you should have specific landing pages. So rather than having a one-page website that's sort of a catch-all, you should have a specific landing page. Again, on the boiler, on the plumber example, you should have a page for boiler installation and maintenance, a page for leak detection and repair, a page for sink and toilet unblocking, a page for heating problems or whatever, a new house plumbing or extension plumbing, whatever you want. So a specific landing page for each that basically says this is what you're looking for. It matches the search with what it is you do. So you're trying to get it's again about making life as easy as possible for the visitor. And the next thing on this video, the last part of this video, is how to get found on Google. So there are 2 ways of getting found on Google. There's organic search and there's paid search. Organic search is when you do a search, say again, sticking with the plumber example, go to Google and type in plumber in Castleknock. You will be served with a page of results, and at the very top of those results, you'll see maybe 3 or 4 links to the little AD alongside the little square box or a little rectangle box beside the ad that says AD, which is an advert, it's a sponsored ad. And then below that, you'll find 10 listings, and they're the organic search. So the ideal place to appear is in the organic search, because it doesn't cost you any money every time someone clicks on your link. With paid search, be it on AdWords or display or wherever, every time someone clicks on your ad, you're paying for it. So it depends. It could be from 50 cents, 50 pence, depending on where you are, up to a couple of pounds, a couple of euros a click, depending on how much competition there is for your industry. So just a couple of examples in the drain unblocking and kitchens would be some of the more expensive as solicitors. Those types of businesses, there's an awful lot of competition for customers, and Google charges more for those ads, those paid search ads, because there's so much more competition. So that's really all in this short video. That's all I want to say. Just finally, there are other, for all that I'm talking about Google, it's because Google is the #1 search engine. There's something like 75% of all searches are done through Google. Other search engines do exist, like Bing and Yahoo search and YouTube, but the lion, or the king of the jungle, is Google. Anyway, that's it for now. See you in the next video. Thank you.